on, you guys? It's your boy Alex West Collects here, bringing you another figure review. And today we're taking a look at the WWE Mattel Elite Greatest Hits Series 1. This is now shipping from ringsidecollectibles.com. Promo code FORLIFE will save you 10% off for your order at checkout. Shop at Ringside, save some money with my promo code. I really hope that can get you a few bucks back and purchase all these wonderful Elite figures that are coming out, because it has been really hard to keep up lately. I feel like I've just been getting package after package from Ringside. If you guys haven't checked it out, we do have the newest Survivor Series Elite Wave review up on my channel. We have Elite 96 up there, so tons of great reviews. More AEW figures should be coming out soon, so stay tuned to this channel. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate each and every single one of you. But today we're taking a look at Rikishi and The Rock. So I will say the greatest hits is something we have seen prior. You know, Mattel did do like a best of series very early on. I think it was Kane or it was Undertaker, or I know Triple H was in there because I remember buying that figure. And they've done some variation of it, but it hasn't been implemented in the line in quite some time. So it is nice that they're releasing some kind of hard to find figures from the past and kind of upgrading them with today's technology, as far as you'll get the interchangeable hands, the double jointed pinless elbows, as well as the TrueFX facial technology. So that'll be interesting. But I do notice a lot of these figures from the first wave, they were, I want to say, exclusive. Some of them, like, they weren't kind of like a wide array of releases. I mean, if you look at perfect example, Jake the Snake from this wave, that was a Walmart exclusive. That one was one that not a lot of people saw. It came with the Build-A-Figure Shawn Michaels, Commissioner Shawn Michaels, excuse me, and I know that is a very highly sought-after figure. But, you know, again, this figure was, I think, was it the Hall of Champions? This was the Best of Attitude Era exclusive. So they were kind of, a lot of these were exclusive to certain stores, and, you know, not a lot of people had the accessibility to get them. They came and went so quick. But we don't really know the format of how, you know, what fits into it. Are they only looking at Elite figures? Are we only looking, you know, obviously there's Legends figures and exclusives, but what about Defining Moments figures? Can we get, like, you know, Defining Moments Series 1 Macho Man? I think they're probably saving that for an Ultimate redo, if you ask me, because, you know, we are getting that beautiful Warrior from WrestleMania to go in the Ultimate Edition line, so I'm sure that is where that Macho is going to go. But what about Bret Hart? What about some of the Undertaker figures? I mean, there was quite a few that could be re-released in this line. And you know, this isn't going to be one we're going to get, this line itself, the greatest hits. I think we're only getting one a year. We're not getting a ton of them. So if you're a collector who has had these in your collection for a while, and, you know, a lot of these figures did have a high amount of value in them. You know, they did go for a lot of money on the secondary market. So with them re-releasing them, and not only re-releasing them, but better versions of them, I know a lot of collectors feel like, you know, they're getting the short end of the stick, because it's like, well, I've held on to this figure, or I paid a lot of money for the original version, now you're just re-releasing it. So don't worry too much. It's not going to be the norm. They're not going to be doing this, like, you know, every few months. I think we're only getting one, maybe two. Again, I don't know the full details, but from what I've heard, it's going to be limited. And I'll be totally honest with you, I had most of these figures. I had Bam Bam, I had Jake, I had this Rock figure. When this wave was announced, I got rid of them. I sold them all on eBay. Why? Because these are going to be better versions of the original. So, I mean, I have a fresh picture in my mind of what they look like, so we can talk about it when I'm actually going through the figure review itself. But, and it was enough chat. I feel like I've been rambling on enough, but I just wanted to drop a little bit of tidbit of the information here. But take a look at the packaging. This is your standard Elite packaging for this year. You get the image of Rikishi and The Rock on the front. The Greatest Hits logos all over the box. You get the nameplates on the side. Flipping over, you get the beautiful images of The Rock and Rikishi. He did it for The Rock. And on the back, you get the image of each superstar in the wave, as well as the big images of both Rikishi and The Rock. With the read-up, let's come back and crack both these guys out of their packaging. Starting us off, we're taking a look at Mr. Stinkface himself, Rikishi, and his accessories do include a set of interchangeable mic-holding hands. The figure itself has more of the open gesturing hands on there, so that is a plus. This was a Target Hall of Champions exclusive figure. And again, at that point, there was no interchangeable hands even. That's how long ago this figure came out. He also does come with this beautiful VAC Intercontinental Championship title. Looks really nice. You can see the beautiful shine to it. I love the blues that really pop with the globes. They do have the VAC finish even on the back. Again, the more of the newer elites are leaving this off, so I wonder if it's just a case-by-case basis. But again, this is something we've definitely seen before. He comes with this beautiful soft goods robe, and Mattel is very smart for you mock collectors or you guys who are going to maybe get this down the road. They packaged the robe on the side, so I do appreciate that. Kudos to Mattel for really thinking that one out, because God knows with figures staining nowadays, you just never know. And this robe is a nice soft material, and I did have this figure, so I got it actually at Target when they released. But the Elite 27 was Rikishi's first figure, which I had in my collection. Very, very similar. I like that figure better, to be honest, and I got rid of the Hall of Champions and figured I'm going to stick to one Rikishi. Again, this was very early on when I was just like, all right, I'm going to collect one of every superstar, and that is it. Maybe I'll get multiples of certain guys. And here we are today with a YouTube channel and Instagram and a whole lot of figures everywhere. So obviously my collecting pattern has changed, so I'm glad to have this figure come back out again. So the soft goods robe, and there is a little belt here. You see it has Rikishi on it. It just Velcros in the back. And you can just open it like so, and it leaves the robe open. And this is a nice kind of soft, like velvet material. There's really nice quality to it. The logo on there seems to be on there nice too. It doesn't feel like it's going to peel off. And we will remove this, just a plain black robe. This is probably how I'm going to display it, because again, the Elite 27, which we will do for comparison's sake, just has that little sarong. So this one actually has a full-on robe. Again, we've seen something very similar. A little light. You can see how translucent. You can see Rikishi coming through like it's a curtain or something. But very light in material itself. And he also does have this nice necklace, a little two-tone to it. A little more paint applications. I do like that. But more importantly, I'm pretty sure this figure does have the TrueFX technology. And look at that skin. That is spot on Rikishi. Looks so good. The blonde hair. The laughing head scan, the little gap in his tooth over here, just looks really good. I do like how that came out, to be honest. Just great likeness. You can see even the painting on the side for the hair, a little added detail to it. Nice bright blonde hair. And again, other features, he's got the double jointed pinless elbows. We'll say, I point this out in a lot of my videos. Let me know if you guys are seeing the same thing or if it's just mine. Guys with a bigger arm seem to have a little bit more of a gap. This is very minimal, but I wish it would just sit a little more flush, because the single jointed elbows, no problem. They just sit really nice on the figure. You didn't even notice. I feel like even when you try to move it, just like there's just a little gap. It just, I feel like personally, aesthetically, just takes away a little bit from the figure. But again, I'm nitpicking here. Moving on to his gear, you can see he's got the nice Rikishi logo with little strings hanging on. I don't even know what it's called, this piece. I don't think this is removable, or is it? I think you could probably pop that off if you want to, but why would you? Rikishi always wrestled with this, so definitely going to keep that on. I remember when this version of Rikishi came out, a lot of people were having issues, just like Nash, where the legs would break when you try to articulate them. I will say he looks like he is on the ball joints. If you guys can see that, let's get a close-up. Yeah, they put him on the ball joint, so that is awesome. You'll get more articulation with your Rikishi, and you won't worry about that damn hip joint breaking, especially on these bigger guys, so that is a plus. And the rest of the attire is pretty simple. He's got the plain black knee pads, plain black kickers. And you know, it's funny, he's got knee pads. What the hell? What's up with Otis getting those painted on knee pads, man? Look at the size of these things. They could have put something on there. Just one observation. But all in all, the figure does look great, and I'm absolutely loving this head scan. It's just so spot on. Moving on to comparison, so we have the Elite 27 Rikishi here on the right versus the new Greatest Hits on the left. And again, you can see the entrance attire is different. This one on the left comes with the entrance robe versus just the sarong. He also does come with a set of yellow glasses, which I still do have. But here's the one thing I want to point out right away. Look at the head scans. Let's bring them in a little closer. And my God, what a difference the TrueFX facial technology makes versus the earlier Mattels. I mean, this was a great scan. I'm not knocking it. But what we have now compared to it with this Greatest Hits figure, to me, puts it over the top. Again, you can see he's got the smaller single-jointed arms. Even the elbow pads are a different size to it, it looks like. I mean, personally, just, wow. I'm blown away. I'm like a little speechless. It's so crazy to see, like, how far we've come in the collecting game in general. I mean, pinless joints, and it's all across other lines, not just Mattel, but absolutely loving this head scan. And if you guys did want to take off the sarong, I hope it's not a pain in the ass to get back on, because I feel like once they're off, it's a nightmare. This is the attire on underneath. still, I personally do really like this one, but I think the newest Greatest Hits is going to take the cake as far as the best Rikishi Elites out there right now. And one more quick comparison for you. So here we have an Elite Scotty 2 Hottie with Rikishi, and I hope to God one day we can get an Elite Brian Christopher to kind of complete Too Cool. Next up, we're going to go one-on-one with the great one, The Rock. And as far as the accessories he does come with are a set of mic holding hands. You get a set of fisted hands. And again, remember, when this figure came out, the interchangeable hand feature was not available. I remember actually grabbing an extra Walmart Rock, I think it was Elite 67, and swapping the arms on this Best of Attitude Era Elite, which was an Amazon exclusive, if you guys are curious. And just give him the interchangeable hands. Now, again, it's just a standard feature. And I got rid of this figure not too long ago. So, again, I have it fresh in my mind. The other accessories he does come with is a microphone. You can see it's got the WWE logo on there. Again, something we've seen over and over again. The gold glasses, my God, have been beaten to death with the Mattel figures. This has come with a lot of rocks, starting with the Legend Series 3 figure. Nice gold frames, got the black tint to it. Additionally, you do get this gold chain and the soft goods shirt. The shirt, to me, feels pretty similar to the original. Again, this was an iconic look to me. I love The Rock and his $500 or $5,000 shirt, where the hell they were. And just like the lions on there. I remember him wearing that blue one. That was really iconic. I hope we could get that in figure form. And the Cowboy Vest, that's another one. He's got that vest that's kind of like made out of cow skin or whatever it is. That's actually coming out with the WWE Superstars line. So I'm curious to see if that will fit on an Elite figure, because that was, again, another look I remember him wearing and just like really popped. The Rock's gear back in the day in the Attitude Era was second to none. This dude dressed to the nines and just looked like a rock star. So you do get that here with this beautiful shirt. Got the lions all over. It's just so ridiculous. And we'll remove it off of the figure. And I remember my torso being really loose. This one isn't too bad. So that is, I feel like I had a few of those actual figures for fix-ups, and they all seem to have a loose torso. I don't know if you guys had that same issue, just one thing I remember with this figure. But again, if you did want to see the jacket or the shirt off of the figure, it looks great. Nice soft goods material. Love how that came out. He does have the double jointed pinless elbows. What a plus. And again, the attire is very basic other than the shirt. That really makes the figure. He gets just kind of some plain black slacks. I kind of wish he would have had shoes instead of these like boots. They look more like boots to me. A lot of the suited figures have those like shoes or loafers. That would have been cool if they could include. And the head scan, again, not the best. And this is the same scan they used. If you are aware, the Undertaker in the Greatest Hits line actually is a different head from what it was released with. So I'm curious to know why maybe they couldn't plus up the head and go with maybe the Elite 100 would have been nice, or one of the Ultimate Edition heads to kind of just plus it up. Again, these heads are interchangeable, so they do pop off just like every other Elite does now. I did want to point that out. You get all of the new features on the newer Elites, on the new Greatest Hits figures as well. And this head scan isn't bad. It's just such an old, outdated scan. And again, this figure is from, you know, quite some time ago. I want to say maybe 2000, you know what, I'm not even going to try to guess. But again, it was more than a couple years ago. So I guess they really did want to stay true to the figure itself. And if you did miss out, I feel like this is one that would be great to have throw on a championship belt, and really will complete the look. And running through a few Rock comparisons. First off, we have the Elite Rock from the Mankind Rock 2-pack. Here's one that's a bit of a throwback. We have the Defining Moments Rock. I remember actually going to Toys R Us Times Square and buying this figure when it came out. And it's been in my collection all these years. We have the current modern day Ultimate Edition Rock. And lastly, the very elusive Ultimate Edition Series 6 Rock. Very hard to come by. Again, is getting a re-release, kind of, will be a little different with a Target exclusive Legends Ultimate coming out. But I wish this figure, maybe they could have swapped out the head just to give it a little more something versus the one that actually came on the Greatest Hits. But I do have one of these Screaming scans from my Ultimate Edition. I want to pop it on and just see what it does for this figure. It's on there a little snug. I want to be careful with these neck pegs sometimes. But throwing this head on there, To me, wow, that just takes the figure to another level. I mean, once you throw the sunglasses on and the microphone, that to me will really complete the look. And if you have some extra heads lying around, feel free to do this fix-up. If you guys haven't already, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below. I appreciate all you guys checking out this video review. If you guys are new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. I hope you would subscribe and really help this channel grow even more. Thank you to all you guys who have been supporting me throughout the years. I really do appreciate you. And without you guys' support, I wouldn't be where I am today. So again, thank you. But wrapping up here with some final thoughts. I absolutely love both these figures. To me, this Rock is a must. I absolutely love the shirt he comes with. To me, that's very iconic. And I know some of you guys may have the original version and say, well, why should I spend my hard-earned money to go out and buy this version? Well, you know, the accessories and everything else really are similar. The only thing you're really getting with this figure are, one, the interchangeable hands and the double-jointed pinless elbows. To me, I wish I could upgrade all my older Elites because I think the newer versions are just better. They are. If you're a person who's just going to keep them on your shelf, then maybe you don't need it. If you're someone who missed out on this figure, here's your opportunity to grab it again. I know this was kind of a sleeper at first, and then it sold out on Amazon, and the price went up. So if you guys missed out, I'd say grab it. I don't care for the head scan, but again, if you do have some of these Ultimate Edition Rock heads lying around, it really will plus up the figure. Look how great it looks on this Elite right now. Rikishi, the new head scan is great. I think by far this is the best Rikishi Elite out there. I'm going to go ahead and say that. I think it's better than Elite 27. I mean, if you don't like the Robe, you can leave it off, but the head scan is just so, it's perfect. To me, it's perfect. And look at all the accessories you get. You get the belt, you get the interchangeable hands, you get the jacket. To me, no brainer. If this is the best Rikishi, even if you have the original version, get rid of it like I did and go ahead and grab this one. Again, these are now shipping at ringsidecollectibles.com. Don't forget to use promo code 4LIFE. It'll save you 10% off your order. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. Tons of great figure content on there. Anyways, I will catch you all on the next review, and take care.